Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with the day of the crypto news and analysis, and today we're going to be talking about Ripple and XRP. So sit back, relax, and before we fully jump on into this video, I just want to ask you guys, could please leave a like on this video. It does help the channel grow immensely, and of course I always do appreciate it. And if you do find any information in this video valuable, useful, interesting, whatever it is, definitely hit that subscribe and turn notifications on button. So with that in mind, yes, I am watching Bitcoin. Yes, I am watching XRP. Yes, I am watching pretty much the entire market very closely today once the major indices open. I know that for a lot of individuals, it might be hard to catch that because time zones, but overall, if you do live in the US, typically you can catch the opening of the stock market or even the closing of the indices fairly easily. Now, the only reason why I'm watching those is because they do allow the market to kind of react in an impulsive way. That is why I always like to watch them. We are seeing a few altcoins kind of make some gains, like for example ADA, while Bitcoin's dominance is kind of continuing to drop and drop and drop. Is the question in the room really, is Bitcoin topped out yet? Or is it, hey, is Bitcoin dominance going to take a massive leap here and allow Ethereum to take the wheel? It's, a huge question. We do not know currently because we haven't seen any major impulse to tell us that yet currently. All we can kind of do is speculate a little bit in terms of where Bitcoin dominance is, where Bitcoin is, and of course where the entire market is in terms of altcoins and their dominance. We are seeing some alts kind of continue higher in terms of, dominance, for example, BNB and even ADA, but that's not too significant to tell us if we are about to see a massive alt run. I do believe that we will see alt season. I think that it could take a little bit longer though. I think that we could see a little bit more ranging on throughout this month, and I've always said to keep a close eye out on January 31st, aka a Monday, which is kind of significant for a monthly candle close because Monday is also the time where the major indices open yet again from a weekend break. So with that in mind, I'm definitely watching January 31st. Of course, you guys could do whatever you want. That is what I'm personally watching. Now, we do see here, remember back in 2013 when people were getting paid to FUD Ripple and XRP? People who do stuff like that don't just stop when they get caught. They just try harder and not to get caught. After all we've seen, I wouldn't be surprised if the astroturfing campaigns are still ongoing. Now, we do see here, alternatively, perhaps they were so successful that now they don't have to. 7 years later, and they've got enough useful idiots parroting pretty much the exact same FUD free of charge. And this is pretty much exactly what is happening because when we're talking about how, first off, let's talk about this entire market real quick. So when we're talking about crypto in general, there is like this almost cult following around certain altcoins. Like I know XRP, as much as I do love to talk about XRP, as much as I do love the project and everything like that, I am not fully biased on it. But there is a lot of individuals in the XRP community, and I'm not naming names, that are cult followers of Ripple. And they do believe that every single move that they do is absolutely perfect to a T. They think that it's like the most incredible project ever. There's going to be a Fed buyback and all that kind of stuff. Like, some of that stuff is speculation. Some of it is possible, but realistically speaking, we have to come to terms with the idea that is an XRP buyback really that realistic? And chances are it's a very lower percentile rate for that to actually happen, but it doesn't mean that we have to FUD on the project because it's already proven itself. Okay, and we're going to be talking about that in this video as well. And of course, what he is talking about is this. So here we have two Bitcoin maxis, Nick Carter and Mike Alfred, hating on Ripple and Joel Katz, not realizing David Schwartz was an early contributor to Bitcoin. Nick Carter, if you are in any way affiliated with Ripple, you're dead to me. He's associated with your favorite coin. And it's the idea that, listen, first off, why are these Bitcoin maxis, why are these, higher up individuals? Like Nick Carter is a fairly large followed individual, and I'm not doing this to disrespect anybody. I'm just saying, when we're talking about what's currently going on in this market, there's a lot of diversion. There's a lot of people who pick their favorite altcoin and stick with it, and that's totally fine. Everybody is, good with their own opinion. But I just want to say, hating on Ripple or XRP in general and spewing kind of nonsense, aka saying, everybody's trying to get Bitcoin POW banned and, everybody wants Ethereum branded as security. I don't think people realize that, first off, nobody is trying to do that, because if it does happen, it will be detrimental to this entire market. But also, it's the idea that, listen, when we're talking about Ripple and what XRP is really kind of fighting for, this is the entire market at stake. This is the entire market against the SEC. And I don't think that these people realize that. I think that they are kind of afraid maybe because XRP does have the potential to really kind of usurp some, Ethereum and even Bitcoin power and dominance. But of course, I'm not too sure on that. Let me know what you guys think on that. But of course, we do see this statement here, which I think is absolutely perfect. No matter your view on Ripple, two things seem clear. They're giving the SEC more trouble than anyone in crypto, maybe more than anyone, period, including Elon Musk. They're the leading dispute on securities law, if only because they'll fight to the death, unlike those who caved and settled. And we do see here, thank you for stating your support on the SEC versus Ripple. The end result will hopefully bring the clarity everybody's looking for, whether they win or lose. And the funny thing about this is that we're seeing a lot of things come up. First off, I know everybody's kind of talking about, hey, is XRP truly, a security or a currency? Anybody that has done the overall research enough in this market, everybody who's been a long-term Ripple, follower, they have done research on XRP as a massive settlement and bridge currency, and of course those who have been holding XRP for a fairly long time know specifically that it is a currency. Now, of course, me saying that is like pretty much anybody saying it. It does not really mean anything, but we just know that it is a currency because of its use cases. We know that there's been a lot of ICOs in this market. We know that there's been a lot of corruption going on in some higher up areas, and there is a lot of issues as well. That is why we want regulations. We want clarity to come to this space to legitimize crypto for what it truly is and have this technology adopted on a global scale, because guess what happens then? We see a lot more utility tokens being utilized, being adopted in, and of course, skyrocketing in value to pretty much unimagined heights. And that does include XRP. And I do believe that XRP will have clarity. We even see here, wow, World Bank named XRP a digital currencies meant for faster and more efficient cross-border interbanking payments. And you guys might be wondering, well, why are they technically calling them, stable coins here or so? Well, they're more so talking about stable coins in general because guess what the XRP ledger allows them to do? That's right, it allows them to launch stable coins on the XRP ledger. But also XRP, their idea, Ripple's idea behind XRP is to have enough banks hold, a large supply of XRP to the point where the price actually doesn't fluctuate like typical crypto. Their idea is to have a token pretty much be the number one crypto asset where it kind of just fluctuates like a stable coin but is still utilized on a day-to-day basis, holding and maintaining its value. And that value is not going to be $10, $100, $1,000. It could be even higher than to like $5,000 to $10,000 per. And I'm not saying XRP is going to be that. I'm just saying that's their overall basis behind it. Now, of course, XRP itself is a huge asset. We know the potential behind it. Will it ever get to that point? It's hard to say, but we do know that the World Bank is classifying XRP and XLM essentially as digital currencies. And it's not, surprising to me, especially with what they are offering in terms of their efficiencies. Now, we also see this quote from Brad Garlinghouse himself. Chris and I had the option to settle separately. We could do that, and it would all be behind us. That's how confident Chris and I are that we are right. We will aggressively fight and prove our case. And this really kind of solidifies my standing on this SEC lawsuit. Like, they had the choice to settle at some point in time. And I know that a lot of you guys out there are probably wondering, well, how... you might be wondering, okay, well, they must be fairly selfish in order for them to not, settle. That's not the case. They know for a fact that if they were to settle this case, one, guess what? XRP would not be utilized the way that it's properly supposed to be utilized, and Ripple itself will kind of have that shadow of doubt behind it for companies that are looking to utilize this absolute massive fintech company for, guess what? It's money remittances, cross-border payments, ODL services, line of credit. Like, it kind of ruins the Ripple name. So they don't want to settle. They want to make sure that at the end of the day, guess what? They are going to be a clear, cut and dry, legitimate company that is going to be utilized around the globe. And we also do see our companies are using XRP as an intermediate for cross-border payments, as in right now, 25% of all volume on RippleNet. Matt Hamilton, principal developer advocate at RippleX. And we do see here the problem with this argument is that companies are using XRP as an intermediate for cross-border payment, as in right now, 25% of the volume is carried by XRP, which that's huge. That's 1/4 of the pie, which means XRP itself is being utilized in its proper state. Of course, when it gets to 50, 75, and even 100% of the volume, that's going to be very interesting to watch. This is why I do hold XRP itself, because I do know the power behind it. And I also know that they are connecting to massive amounts of financial institutions. In fact, I've actually tweeted this out saying today, if you connect the dots between all the RippleNet partners that will utilize XRP for instant payments, you could easily see that there are over 5,000 plus financial institutions, banks, fintech related companies, whole countries, etc. already on board. XRP is a diamond that will shine once clarity happens. And I do still believe this. And when we're talking about just one connection here, let's go back in time to December 5th, right? So we do see here, Money Match redesigned their website and highlighting RippleNet blockchain is used for faster transfers to EU countries. Now the funny thing about this is we do see here, with fast, convenient, and high quality service, sign up, verify your account, and enjoy fast transfers on the go with our mobile app. Transfers to selected EU countries are powered by RippleNet blockchain, enabling even faster transfers. Best part about this is, guess what? Money Match is actually a fairly large organization. It's actually one of, it's a major player in the game for fintech and international payments in general. But also, we look at this, right? So here's their story. You could pretty much read about it. You could pretty much read everything about it in general. But we do see here, launched in 2017, 28,000 plus registered users. Now, I know that might seem like, it's not much, but guess what? It actually is for the members, or I should say the users of this platform. And of course, if we're talking about the transaction volume, this is about like 500, it's almost like $600 million. I know it's not a lot, but I just want you to understand that a lot of these are already utilizing Ripple. Like we even see here, October 2018, Money Match conducted the first ever live cross-border transaction from Malaysia on blockchain technology powered by Ripple. Like, this is pretty huge. And of course, they reached 300 million, in transactions on December 2018, and they're continuing to grow and grow and grow. And I honestly do believe that at scale, I think that this is going to be a huge, company. First off, it already is a huge company with its partners, but also this is just one of many, partnerships with Ripple. You could go to the Ripple website and look at their partners. They have 300 plus financial institutions that stretch beyond what anybody could really kind of see. And when we're talking about the demand behind this asset, when we're talking about how big this asset will be, all you have to do is go back to this tweet here, where we are seeing XRP carry 25% of the on-demand liquidity volume, or I should say all the volume on the RippleNet itself, which is fairly significant to say the least, because we do see that in terms of the ODL volume, it grew 25x from Q3 of 2021 versus Q3 of 2020. 25% of the total volume in Q3 2021, pretty much available in over 20 countries as well. Like XRP is being utilized on a day-to-day, level to scale, make cheaper payments, and also allow a lot more financial inclusion around the world. And we're not even seeing the tip of the iceberg yet, because we're still seeing mass adoption take over in this space. And I don't even think that XRP and even Ripple, with all of its partnerships, with all of its, overall use, I don't even think it scratched the surface. But all you have to do is look at their partnerships. I've talked about, Finostra. I talked about Money Match now. I even talked to you guys about, even Currency Cloud. There's so many partnerships like that are like working with 1,000 plus financial institutions. I know that Money Match isn't, a major player in terms of its other, pretty much, I would say, the blossoming ecosystem. But all we have to know is that Money Match itself is still a huge company overseas. We know that they are pretty much reinventing the wheel with, of course, Ripple. And you could see all of, the transacted amounts here in terms of a secure, safe, and overall very fast environment. And of course, it's featured on some main names here overseas. But this is just one of many companies. There's so many behind Ripple, and they're going to transact on a day-to-day basis and become a massive giant in general. Like Ripple and XRP are clear-cut winners to me. And when you're looking back on the facts and when you're looking at individuals like this that really don't know the technology behind Ripple and XRP and continue to spew nonsense talking more so about Bitcoin, I just want you all to understand that these people are individuals that barely even done enough research to understand what this case is all about, to even understand what Ripple and even XRP are utilized for. Like, it makes no sense to me to FUD on a project like XRP unless you are getting paid for it, or maybe you're just scared that it is going to usurp your asset in general. Like me personally, I think that Bitcoin, I think it's too expensive for the retail individual to purchase it. That's just my overall opinion on it. And I don't think that there's a real buy-in, sort of flashiness behind it at all. But of course, that's just my opinion. I will continue to stack my utility tokens until the day that we do see a utility-driven market. Now, with that in mind, I hope that you all enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, to notifications on. If you guys want more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.